Hi class, my name is Gina and I'm going to be going over Picasso and motion pictures. The video started out explaining that Edison invented the kinetoscope, and a kinetoscope is images of a movie viewed through a peephole. Instantaneous photography was things in a painting that you could not see with the naked eye, and the Lumiere siblings developed the cinematograph, which was the first motion picture camera and projection. Picasso was 15 years old when he first saw his first motion film. It was in 1896 in Barcelona, and the charge of the 17 French Curious. He went back to the studio and painted French soldiers that inspired his first paintings. Film could never be an art form because it is said to simply be a machine. It was a whole new way of seeing because people were understanding how you could record motion itself. Monkeying around was taking pictures of everything because people could not believe the fact of taking a picture of what was in front of you. It was something they have not seen for the first time, and flamenco fans were important in Picasso's cubism paintings by handing them all fans and sometimes even making them in their eyes or in their nose. He got the idea from all the women holding fans in Paris. Louise Follier was described as the American dancer in Paris. She was very influenced in Picasso's paintings. She introduced this dance called the serpentine dance. It related to sculpture by the way her feet moved. She constantly changed light in her dance and her clogs. It became one of the most popular dances, and the clock was manipulated to see the spectacle of motion. The film was tinted to give the metamorphosis of color, and Eric describes Cubist paintings as thinnest and related to the allusion to the flatness of modernism. Julian said time was different in paintings and motion pictures because paintings are still. He liked the fact that paintings were static and you get everything immediately. The time spent looking, you have to finish a movie to get the ending. Martin described a strange thing that happened in motion pictures in how you portray the angle, the camera, the lighting, and if you keep the camera moving or cut it. The way Follier connected to Les Desimils d'Avignon is the motion of the drapes. Paper colle is the painting cutout that is applied to a flat surface. Although Picasso was first influenced by that, Braque developed the first paper colle. Picasso had the three periods: blue, rose, and African. The blue period was 1901 to 1905. He was living with his best friend and died in Paris. It was known as the blue period, as symbolically known as sadness, death, and poverty. The idea of blue and sadness was not linked until Picasso linked the two. This is how it became a thing. The way he used blue paint was bleached tablets called rickets, and then rose period was transitioned from the blue period as Picasso started to introduce it. It was a 180 turn for him because the colors became more warm. It was in Paris when he started to hang with the circus crowd. A lot of these paintings reflected on that. It is more uplifting but hollowing in the eyes to show alienation. Rose period also transitions into the African period when we start to see the mask-like figures being introduced. It was in 1907 to 1909. It was Iberian and African masks, and some masks went missing from the Louvre, which is the biggest museum in Paris, and stolen goods were found in Picasso's home. When I watched The Birth of a Medium, which is the developing of a GIF, it was influenced by Edison and Lumiere for me because of the motion and movement of light with the camera, which was first stated by these people. Edison developed the kinetoscope, and the Lumiere brothers started film with the motion of a train. Putting those two things together, developing enhancing features as we know today by what was developed and started out with, it allows a moment to live on and not end, and people were fascinated by this.